Really exciting event. We have what may be the last disciple. Jeff Radcliff is here. We're going to do a abbreviated Basher ceremony, and then we'll talk a little bit about what it means to be a disciple. So Jeff, can you tell us a little bit about your history with Master Zhang, and then maybe explain why you have chosen to request discipleship?
Yeah, you know, I studied Hunyuan Taichi, you know, and actually got a message from a fellow that said, dig deeper. And I went in the back of Tai Chi magazine and found Master Zhang's workshop.
Wow.
Went there and you know, George Shu was and together at that time, and came and met you guys, and you know, that was the beginning.
I think that was 1991, Jeff, because I did the same thing. I saw the advertisement, and I'd been looking for to continue with my study with Master Feng, and I went up there too, and George Shu was translating.
Yes.
So it's been a long journey with us, hasn't it?
Oh yeah. And then, you know, through the Masters of China, and I'll tell you, Justin, if I wasn't sold yet, he did that demo at Masters of China, just standing there. And I mean, he was nothing. And he had those three big studs pushing him, you know, and then he just boom, and they went flying, you know. And then later I was like, you know, I wonder if he knew those guys. He didn't really know those guys. They were there to participate in one guy had a Wing Chun school in Manhattan. I mean, they were serious guys, and Master Zhang, it was nothing for him but relaxation.
Hey, Brother Kai, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
Kai, you're gonna, at the end, you're gonna give Jeff a message, what Master Zhang told you when you approached him about it. Is that okay?
Sure, yes.
All right, so we're just now, so Jeff was talking about how long he's been studying with Master Zhang, and why do you want to become a disciple, Jeff?
So that I can call you all brothers. And brothers and sisters, you know, we have some sisters too, and Master Zhang, I tell you, Justin, we've talked about this. I love the man, you know. It's not only the martial artist. He's a great person, has a great heart, and he is a kindred spirit.
Now, if Master Zhang was sitting here, because he's going to get a copy of this, what would you say? What would you like to say to him?
From the depth of my heart, thank you so much for giving so much. I know you have to make them feel like you deserve it, or like they can trust you. And thank you, Master Zhang, for trusting this kid from Ohio.
Oh, that's great, Jeff. All right, so I'm going to go through the pledges. Are you ready for that?
For the what?
The pledges.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So if you choose to become a disciple, do you pledge to honor the spirit of the Chinese martial arts and the Hunyuan Taichi of Master Feng Zichang?
I do.
Actually, you have to say all that in your own words. I promise to honor.
I promise to honor and pledge to honor Hunyuan Taichi principles and rules.
And do you promise to enhance the awareness and understanding of Chinese culture in your teaching?
I promise to enhance the Chinese culture in the teachings.
And do you promise to respect Master Zhang Shui Xing and love his your fellow disciples?
I absolutely plan to love Master Zhang Shuixin and all the fellow disciples, and with complete appreciation.
And you commit to passing on the lineage of the art that we inherited from Master Zhang.
I do pledge to pass on the lineage given to us by Master Zhang.
And do you promise to practice diligently?
I shall practice diligently.
Tell us about it. How are you going to practice diligently? Every day?
At the park, regular
Okay.
basis, you know, teaching as well. I think that that brings it out also.
And in your presentation, do you pledge to uphold what is good and true and to always follow the honorable path?
I pledge to uphold what is good and true and follow the honorable path.
And do nothing to bring shame or disrepute upon Master Zhang, his students, or his system.
I shall do nothing to bring shame or repute to Master Zhang or any of his students or system.
And do you promise to continue to strengthen your moral character and to hone your art?
I will strengthen continually my moral character and hone my art.
And are you willing to say that to this I dedicate my life's work?
To this, I do dedicate my life's work.
All right, so now you have to get down and give us 3 kowtows. Good. Okay, good. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. All right, have a seat. Well, that almost concludes the ceremony, but I think we're going to add something on here. We've got some serious people from Master Zhang's school, and I want to ask them if they are comfortable in acknowledging and receiving you as a disciple of Master Zhang. Is there anybody who doesn't think that Jeff should be a disciple? How many people think he should be by raising your hand? Hey, it's unanimous. It's unanimous.
Thank you so much.
Let me see. Michael, you have something to say in a presentation.
Yes. First, I want to say for all these years, I know Zhang. I know Jeff, since he knows you since he came here, like 91, 90. He always has a very special position in his heart. He really like you as a person. He always has a good, fond memory about all his encounter with you. And has all the time when I travel with him to St. Louis, every single time, he would always invite you to join. So I wholeheartedly really welcome you to join our group as an old brother, and I always respect you. And I would believe Zhang is also very happy for you to join them.
And remember, you owe us a school dinner. Sometime we're all going to get together and you're going to pick up the tab and we're all going to be drinking extra Mao Tais. Kai, do you have some words for Master Zhang for?
Yeah, I just want to say, Jeff, congratulations. When I called Master Zhang 2 weeks ago, and I asked him, Jeff wants to be your disciple. He said, of course. And he was so happy to hear that. And then he immediately made a comment. He said, I always treat Jeff as my disciple when I have nothing left. I think I just taught him everything I know. Okay, congratulations.
That's beautiful, Kai.
Kai, thank you so much.
One very great news. Mrs. Zhang and Master Zhang is planning to come back next year. If
You're kidding.
Virus is under control. He's coming back. Every day, Mr. Zhang said, every day he's talking about the student in America. So I think it will be happen sometime next year. They are coming back.
That would be wonderful.
Yes.
That's great.
Just want to pass the information to you.
And Michael, do you have a presentation to make?
Yes, I do have a certificate. I did take the liberty to make the certificate. So let me show to everyone. So let me
Show.
The certificate is where? Hold on 1 minute.
Yours is better than ours. He did some artwork on
It's so beautiful.
it.
It is so impressive.
So I did take what we have.
Oh, yeah.
Is that beautiful?
Oh, that is really beautiful.
Oh, that's
My
good.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other one just looked like an old piece of
Yeah.
paper.
So we'll need Jeff to sign it and then
Mhm.
send the Master Zhang a copy.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that's, yep.
So
And then
officially, as of today, Jeff is accepted by Master Zhang and is a disciple of his school, right?
Yes,
Agreed?
I will agree.
But we
And
don't we
you
need
can't
we need
call
a
him
tea
Master
ceremony,
Zhang?
don't we, to make it official?
Pardon me?
Who's that?
What's that, Jeff?
Don't we need a tea ceremony to make it official? Isn't he
Who's
served himself tea?
Yes,
Yeah,
we need that. Yeah,
you have to, and a red envelope.
yeah.
An envelope, yes.
So
Hold that teacup up to the camera.
With two hands.
Yeah, oh, nice. Tea,
Yes.
right. Good. Oh, what a great disciple.
Yeah, and Jeff, we're gonna send you the certificate, and then you will have dates. Everything is signed up for today, and you just need to sign it, and then you're gonna keep one copy for you and one copy to send to Master Zhang. And Kai, you can if you have the post address in China.
I have the address. I will send it to you guys. Okay.
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 Yes.
Awesome. Yep, we'll do that.
Now, you'll have to excuse me. This is John's birthday. So I want to run home. He and his wife and Daisy are there. And I want to join them for their birthday.
Nice.
Doesn't look like nobody else. Who are just 4 people online?
We have
Well, there's 10.
Jeff and Xiaofan, Judy,
Oh,
Cheryl, Kat,
okay.
and we have another called Donut, and another calling guy. Yeah, so we have
Jim.
Must be
Yeah,
Jim.
Jim.
Okay. So 2 things. One, there's been a suggestion that we continue the discussion we had last week with the women. I think everybody enjoyed that, and we'd like to do a part 2. So we'll get that out, and I'm going to leave it up to Cheryl to organize it. In the meantime, I thought it'd be interesting if anybody has, and you know what's hard, Jeff, is remembering to call Master Zhang Shifu or Sifu. We're so used to calling him Master Zhang, he gets mad. He says, Sifu. But does anybody have any interesting stories about how they became a disciple or what discipleship means to them? Come on.
Yeah, and Malcolm is joining.
There's Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Yeah.
Can't see you, Malcolm.
Yeah, so last week we have a great woman session, sisters
Yeah.
come. Seems to be has a great content, very good conversation. So we're gonna have another session going probably the next 1 or 2 week, and has all the women student come in to share as a woman student your practice, and so
Women disciples.
you guys disciples and basically continue our last conversations. Yeah, it was awesome material. I share that on the YouTube channel, so if you guys want to view it, you can go there to play it.
We'll make another poster. Put Xiao Fun on there.
What would it be under, Michael?
And for YouTube,
Yeah.
it's actually under my channel. It's called I probably let me.
Just Michael's,
share
yeah.
that to you. Yeah, you can search
And
for
we
Michael.
have to add Jeff to the Master Zhang disciples list.
Yes,
Is Malcolm here?
Yeah.
Malcolm is here. Yeah, we don't see him.
Malcolm,
Figure out how to appear.
can you hear me?
Yeah,
We know you're going through a lot. You're doing a lot of moving and it's under tough circumstances. But the next interview I'd like to do it with you. Are you up for that?
potentially, you would not believe the mess this house is still in. So, give me a little time.
Sure. Just keep us appraised.
Plus he's been dealing with all the smoke.
Yeah, how is it up?
The
How are you
smoke
guys
up
doing?
there, well, you guys have all experienced it, but it was bad. Couldn't go outside.
Well, wish Jeff congratulations. He's just become a new disciple.
Congratulations, man.
Malcolm, thank you for joining. Thank you so much.
Brother Malcolm.
Brother Malcolm.
Seeing Malcolm.
All my brothers and sisters now. And to me, that's very exciting.
Well, I love the fact that you're in because there's so many good people in this group and you belong just as much as anybody. You probably studied as much with him as other people. You know, I mean, you take a lot of pride. You traveled quite a bit.
Probably
there were
more
other
than
people.
anyone. Yeah.
And then you were always there for his workshops in St. Louis and in Rockford. All right, I've explained my situation. I'm sorry I'm leaving early, but I hope you guys will continue the discussion on what does it mean to be a disciple of Master Zhang, and how can we be better disciples of Master Zhang by honoring him and promoting the art. I wonder if you guys would share your thoughts on that subject.
Who's goes? And everybody should be able to talk about your discipleship. That's what Jeff Justin want to talk.
Oh, and hi, Don Gubbins, my student and old classmate, has joined us as well.
Hey, Don.
Hello, everybody. Congratulations, Jeff.
Thank you, Don.
Tell us some stories.
Well, I tell you what. While you're thinking, let me run something past you. And it's something we talked about a couple weeks ago, but there's a couple things I didn't remember, and so if you look at my screen, this is something that Master Zhang used to say to me all the time. You go home and keep, like, kind of like, don't come back here and do it wrong again. You know, but and he would say K-E-E-P, keep.
Yeah.
And I heard this too much. You know, you guys probably haven't heard it so much, you know. It's basically saying, you know, tune it up and keep it right? So that's one of them. I have some more. Has anybody thought of some of their disciple things that they would like to share?
I could talk.
Great, Jeff.
So, but actually I can't. I could talk about why I can't talk because it's something very deeply personal to me, and it's not something that I can explain really, other than the only thing I think, and that is was renewed to me in the vows that you just took about being true to Master Zhang's lineage and his teachings. And to me, that's really important. That I remember what he told me. You just said keep. K-E-E-P used to say that to me too. Don't forget, keep.
Yes.
And being true to his lineage is probably the one thing I can say definitely that is important to me. But the rest of it is so personal. I don't know any way to express it really in words.
Which means it's deep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's great. It's heartfelt, brother.
One thing I want to ask, remember that he always say all the way. And who gave him that t-shirt? Every time he come to St. Louis for workshop, he wore that all the way t-shirt. Who gave that to him?
Justin, is there? Yeah.
I have an idea because somebody here should know because I have video, but there were a bunch of people wearing those T-shirts that were saying "Every move, all the way," and there's at least 5 people wearing those. So did somebody
probably
make
early
them
in
up
maybe
for the?
1994, 1993. Yes. He always say all the way.
Yeah. Well, that was another one that I had here.
Yes. Yes.
That's great. That's great.
Every move all the way.
That's great.
And I have a couple more, and I was going to wind it up with the one that man, it digs deep. And it is the embodiment of Tai Chi for me. You know, since I mentioned, I'll just, in every move, there is yin and yang.
Yin and yang. Yes.
And to me, that's been very special to me. Very, very special to me. Because it's caused me to look in every movement of the form for usually yin, because I'm kind of young, you know, and especially the second form. And I'll tell you, that's where the power comes from, the yin. And Master Zhang's second form is different than the other second forms I had learned. And you know, it's a matter of opinion, but I'll say it's better because of the relaxation, because of, you know, and sometimes when the arms are up, and he said, just drop the arms completely sometimes, where it just gives such a sense of connection and relaxation. And unless somebody, you know, is there and tells you to do that, it would have never happened with me. It would have happened. And I tell you, I can't, that's the depth of where my appreciation comes from, is something that you feel in your body, and you know, and when you're doing the form, you feel it all the time. I can't express enough about that. And then the last thing that I wrote down is something that you don't hear other people say either.
Yes.
Just stomach folding. Is that not the key to really bring the power out and use internal energy and power? So, you know, we're all so lucky. We're just all so lucky to have rubbed greatness. You know it? It's how many times in my life have I been around such greatness? Not so many. And to be with that kind of person that is genuine and loving also, you know. He's a kind man. You know, some people have it and don't give it. And he's given it more than I could have even known what to ask for.
So let me ask you, when did you start to learn from Master Zhang? Was that the 1991 in the Milwaukee workshop?
That was the Milwaukee workshop, yeah.
That Milwaukee workshop. Okay, that was the lead by George Xu.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a story. There was a big man there, a big man. And he had his karate gi on. He had a 2nd degree black belt, you know. And he was there in his bare feet and his karate gi the whole time. And, you know, I didn't notice him a whole lot, other than he was very big and you couldn't see him. And then a couple years later, I was looking at my videos of the workshop. I didn't see this during the workshop, but in my videos of the workshop, Master Zhang was showing the application of something. And this guy tried to get him, you know, tried to get Master Zhang. and Master Zhang just did the technique and performed it perfectly. And the guy, he just happened to be a colored fella. His eyes got so big, you know, and I mean, if it seemed like he hadn't been very respectful before that, he jumped right in line, let me tell you. And that was one of the experiences that, like I said, I didn't see that happen in the workshop. I saw it in the videos afterwards. So it was funny because Master Zhang just laughed. He just laughed it off, you know, completely. Where, you know, someone might have been offended. So they're
Talking about Jim and Angie.
they were there. They were there. Now this was a big fellow that was at the workshop, a karate guy. So, but in other words, he really had to apply it. It wasn't just showing how you would use the posture or the form. It was the guy tried to push Master Zhang. He was trying to embarrass him, you know. It didn't happen, and he just laughed it off. Master Zhang just laughed it off. So, you know, his good character.
Well, that happened to his first disciple, Tom. I think Tom tried to attack him and ended up with broken the arm.
Wow.
And after that, he became the disciple.
It was Brad. It was Brad.
Brad, yeah.
Brad.
And I heard
Brad,
he broke
yeah,
a
Brad,
rib.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Wasn't it a rib he broke?
Yeah, he just,
Yeah,
Jim
he
is
broke a rib.
so
yeah,
cute.
because
broke a
what
couple
happened
ribs.
is you attack him, he knows. And he knows how to attack, but all of a sudden he tried to attack him. He said, I have no control on that one. I'm not that good yet at that time.
Yeah.
But that end up with he broke.
Learn his lesson.
And that's also
My
part of the-
understanding. My understanding is that Master Zhang was teaching cow to Brad, and Brad was not ready for the cow, and that's how he broke his ribs.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's the Chinese cow. That's different than the American cow. Master Zhang always used to look at me and John and go, "You fight like cows."
Cows?
I kept hoping he meant bulls, but he kept saying,
And maybe he hope you can fight like a bull, but you fight like a cow. That's
"Not like a cow."
No, that's funny, Malcolm.
Hey, I'll take a second here. This will be my story. You can see this graphic behind me here.
Yeah,
Let me.
awesome.
I think it would be easier to move the graphic toward you than move you toward the graphic. So. See if we can. I guess the lights are kind of shining off, but it's not showing very well.
We can't see the
But
bottom.
anyway, right?
Yep.
The top, yeah, we'll tilt it back a little bit.
There
The
you
top is a photograph from a friend of mine from Texas. It's a little hard to see, but there's 3 tornadoes in there. So I guess that's Master Zhang, Master Feng, and Chen Jiahui or something. Right? And then some, you know, Master Feng always used to say, or Zhang used to say too, but Feng said that Hunyuan for him means spinning, turning, cycling, orbiting. So some things from nature about that. This row here is a row from the murals in Shen Village, talking about their history. This is a nice picture of Master Hu and Master Chen through there. Hopefully you can tell this is a historic history-wise. And then Feng and Zhang. Right, and then I'm losing it here. Then Master Zhang's classes, and then our classes underneath there. So this is a friend of mine who's a designer I gave her all the artwork, and she made stuff. This was all one photograph that's been printed. So it's kind of, that's my story for the day. It's like, to me, this is why discipleship is important. It's not about, I mean, becoming a disciple of Master Zhang was important for me and important personally, but it's the whole history. It's connecting with the whole lineage that seemed really important to me with when I became a disciple. And as the years have gone on, it's only become more important. And Kevin Dwyer has joined us. I took the liberty of inviting him. I did a disciple ceremony for him a few years ago.
Hey,
and I don't know, Hamza, are you there? No, I think someone else is there. So Hamza didn't make it. Anyway, that's my story. All right. So,
Great, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great art piece. Yeah, I like that.
Really
the
cool.
idea is also very good with that picture, Toledo. Awesome.
Spiral power.
Yeah.
A story came to mind about a lesson Gary and I did at Master Zhang's garage, and apparently there was a moment that I kind of broke through something. I didn't know what it was, but I could feel it. And he's, patting me on the back, and it's like, oh yes, Sherla. And he goes and gets this little gift. And I think it is kind of points to where he dwells in kind of the cosmic emptiness and kind of maybe the laughter of the universe. But here is the item. It's like what you would find in an airport, like in the little trinket gifts. It was just so funny. It's like, he says, yes, this, and then this feeling of this emptiness, this of the material world, let's say. But anyway, I've kept it in a safe place.
You've got the yin and the yang there.
Yeah, exactly. He was so good at keeping that balance of kind of the current world. I mean, the 3D world and the source, let's say. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, in terms of the ancestors and the lineage, just with such, incredible respect. I mean, for the Taoist traditions, and then all of the people that have passed these practices on. We're so very fortunate. I'm gradually getting my health back, so I'm eager to start figuring out how to teach. But it's just so important that we all just keep passing this on. The world has never needed it more than currently. It's in my opinion.
I agree.
Yep.
And Jeff, I just want to honor the two paths, that you've connected with, and how beautifully those streams you're embodying both of those. And I just really congratulate and respect your ongoing efforts. And by the way, he told us all, I mean, at least I can speak for myself, I heard KEEP many, many times. You're not alone.
Here. Good. I don't feel like the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, no, you're not.
I used to love how, you'd do an hour with him and then you'd get ready to go, and he would look me straight in the eyes and he'd go, maybe you forget. No, I won't forget, Shiva. Maybe you forget. Not now, I won't.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, Malcolm, last time, one of the times ago when I was out there, Michael took me to your school. You weren't around, you were busy, and it was beautiful, and I was so impressed with that, what you've put together there.
Yep.
Well, let me tell you something about putting a big school together. When you have to give it up, don't forget, you have to take it all apart.
Uh-oh.
You got to take it all apart and take it all down again. It took us 4 months to disassemble the academy and the office, Andy's office too, and the storeroom.
Wow.
So it's like our move wasn't just the week of the move. It was all the work prior to that and now, but thanks for saying that. You know,
Where did you move?
what's that?
Where are you now?
we're in a tiny little town called Battleground. 2 words, Battleground, Washington.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, isn't it? And we asked, well, what was the battle? Because it's just farm country.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't any battle, but there might have been a battle, and so we called it Battleground. Okay, that sounds good.
Wow. Well, beautiful scenery.
It is. It's like every place else now. The countryside is beautiful. It's really gorgeous. But it's all growing up. People are moving in. I say it's a tiny little town. You can drive through the old part of town in literally about 2 seconds. It's about 3 blocks long. All around it, these suburbs are growing up, and we're in a little tiny suburb, kind of on the edge. If you go the back road, you're right out in the country again.
Wow.
Every time I go on that back road, I just feel my heart lift, right? And every time I come into town, I sort of go down again. I like the country, but I guess you got to be a millionaire now to live out in the country.
Or dwell beyond city and country.
Yeah.
I think we have to really at this point too.
Well, so Jeff, are we going to do a ceremony, or what's the program here?
We had the ceremony. It might have all happened so quick and easy before you joined us, Malcolm.
Oh, okay.
Justin had me read off the vows. And then I kowtowed. And then Justin asked for the vote of confidence, and asked if anyone was opposed. And I was fortunate enough that no one at that time was opposed. And so.
So you're there. You're there already. Well.
So yes, we're brothers, my brother.
So now he just owe us a disciple dinner. Yeah, when we get to
yeah. So now I owe the disciple dinner, and that will be my pleasure. But Malcolm, sounds like you're way north now.
It's great to, to see everybody. I'm sort of getting used to Zoom.
Oh.
Because Jeff, where are you at? What city?
I'm in Columbus, Ohio, right in the center of the state.
Kai, where are you at?
Me?
Yeah.
I live in Cupertino.
Cupertino. Kevin, where are you at?
A little town called Coburg, Oregon.
Don, where are you at? Okay, Cheryl, where are you at?
Alameda.
Alameda, and Jeff and Shelfin, you're in
Walnut Creek, California.
Okay, Judy, where are you?
I'm in downtown San Francisco.
The only person still in San Francisco, and Michael's south of town. And we're in Battleground, Washington. So
and also we have Mark here. Mark, where are you?
Colorado, Denver.
Yes.
Denver, Colorado.
And Jim is in. Hey, Jim.
Backyard, Napa.
Yeah.
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 Amazing.
Yeah, and also
Jeff, I'm sorry I missed the ceremony. I was jerking around with all the stuff, trying to find the invitation, and finally got here. I'm sorry I was a little late, but.
Well, one thing is, it's a little. The one thing I didn't anticipate was you know, when Justin asked everybody, anybody opposed? And I thought, oh.
And you feel lucky Malcolm not here.
You do have to fight, right? You got to fight him and her, or well, and see whether he wins.
You know, that's probably the way it was in the day, back in the day, you know. So, but yeah, I'm sorry you missed that part, Malcolm.
Did you guys videotape it?
Yeah.
Did you videotape that part?
So I'm recording the whole session.
Excellent. All right. So Michael's so organized. Look at those headphones, the whole thing.
Yes. Because before I have headphone, Justin kept complaining he cannot hear me. Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Jeff.
Yes.
Now you have the moniker, the last disciple, like Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai. I was the last disciple, but you overtook me, bro.
Oh, did I one up you there? I'm sorry.
Get out, man. Now I can't use that title anymore.
Well, you know, I guess that's the number part of it, but you know, I tell you, to be able to call someone brother or sister means something special that I can feel now that I didn't feel yesterday, if you will. And
it is. It's a special thing, man.
Yeah, and you know that's with that, with Master Zhang, in that, it's like the continuity of Master Zhang carries on, right? And you know, we talked earlier, you know, about some of the sayings that I printed off, and some of the way that he just delivers his system, and I think being from the heart, I think it just plants deeper, you know, and I think I feel very fortunate, and you know, I'm thankful. Very, very thankful of Kai and Michael and Justin, because what happened is they just acted on something that I said, and I just said it from the heart, and that was really the only thing at that point that I, in my martial studies, that I regretted was not being a disciple of Master Zhang. And so now I feel hope. So, and it doesn't stop there, of course, but I feel like I've joined a fraternity that is more spiritual than probably most, you know. And Master Zhang is the reason for that. Now, I'll say something that I said then is Vinny and I, some of you know Vinny Rivera, and he had traveled with me there quite a few times, and we were in St. Louis, and you know, we'd gone around, we studied together from a lot of different masters, and we're standing back, and everybody's over there doing things, and Master Zhang was standing there, and Vinny says, "Look at Master Zhang." I looked over at him, and he says, "Look how healthy he is. Isn't he just one of the best looking masters we've ever studied with, you know, in terms of health and vibrance?" And I just thought, yeah, man, he sure is, you know. And I look at some of those pictures from those workshops, and I'll tell you, it couldn't have been better. Anybody else have any of their stories from becoming disciples? Was there any, in any of it, was there ever a group of more than one?
Oh yeah.
Judy
the
and
first.
John and I became disciples in the same ceremony.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jim and Herb and Nick became disciples in the same ceremony.
Yeah, right.
Kat and Linda and I,
Mhm.
the first women disciples.
I think the solo would only be Mark, you, and Camino. Everybody else is always a group here.
oh.
How about you, Michael?
I
How
became
about
disciple
Brad?
with, I'm not sure, I think with Jared.
Oh, you were with Jared?
And Jim, is that, are we the same time? Yeah, so
Yeah, I think Brad was a solo. I think Brad was a solo.
oh, Brad was solo too, yeah, exactly, yeah. So when I know the first time when I organized the ceremony for Brian Guang and Charlton to be disciple, that's the first time. That's back in 99. And then after that, that's brought it before that, right? So for me, I think I'm with Jared at the same time, yeah.
And Malcolm, are you solo? Or were you?
I was trying to remember. I don't think so, but I can't remember who it was. It all just sort of blends, because I tried to make all the ceremonies, and it's just sort of like we all did it, I don't remember. Cheryl, who did I do my ceremony with?
Justin, could it be?
Maybe. I don't know.
No.
It's so long ago. Everything sort of blends together.
I'll check my records.
Good. Check the records.
Yeah, it's very long ago. Like I was a late disciple. Yeah, that's 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, we were 5.
Mm-hmm.
5 years ago.
5 years ago. Wow. Mm-hmm. And Judy, what did you, so 5 years ago? That's you and Jeff at the same time, right?
Yes, and
Okay.
Judy. Yep.
Malcolm, maybe Chris.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Chris was with Barbara
and Derek.
and Derek together.
Oh, okay.
Together. Yeah, I know. There's so many. I don't know. Will it be?
I kind of remember you are with Justin same time. Malcolm, Justin.
No.
No?
Is that
The guy named Jonathan.
Oh,
Jonathan.
And together.
Yo, Jonathan.
Originally, Jonathan was be disciple. Then Master Zhang said, it just happened. Justin visit Master Zhang. So Master Zhang said, okay, I want Justin to be my disciple. So these two together.
Okay.
Oh, so Jonathan, the one.
Jonathan now is in Malaysia.
Yeah, Malaysia.
Yeah.
So he could be with Malcolm.
He was Justin.
Jonathan and Jonathan and Justin together, just two.
Oh, Jonathan and Justin.
Yes.
Okay.
So we still don't know what Malcolm.
Maybe I did alone. I don't.
And also, how about Michael Zhang? Michael Zhang, Malcolm, you also could be together.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long time ago. 20 years ago?
20 years ago, Malcolm. My goodness.
Yes. No. 20 years ago.
Wow.
Wasn't quite so white back then. I remember Master Zhang teasing me about this beard. Well, don't grow a beard, he said. Don't grow a beard.
Well, there was a story about you, Malcolm. I have a story. Well, it's not really about you as much as, I was there we were at the band show and having his normal class on a Saturday or a Sunday. And there were a lot of people there going to the art museum and crossing the path through there. And it was this, you and I just happened to be pushing hands at the time. And this, I believe he was German fella, a real bodybuilder guy, you know, had with biceps to almost to thighs, you know. And he comes by there, and he wasn't real tall. He's probably about as tall as me, and you know, you're considerably taller than me. And the guy came by and he stopped, and you know, he said, "What are you doing?" And we said, "Well, we're doing Tai Chi, and we're practicing pushing hands." And he said, "Can I try?" And right away, Master Zhang came over there and said, "No, no, 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 no." I don't know if you remember that or not, Malcolm, but this guy was big, man. And I just thought, wow, this would be interesting. You know, the Master Zhang was right there, you know. So.
Well, he is absolutely right, Willie. Don't push with people you don't know.
Right, you never know what would happen.
You never know whether they're crazy or not.
Right.
About half of them are crazy, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't understand, you know, when you push with somebody who doesn't understand, they think it's about winning. It's
Absolutely.
about ego and winning, and that's not what it's about.
Right.
Get yourself into trouble. I do remember that now that you brought that up, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think you could do his class down there anymore. I think, you know, we were all lucky. We got in there and had those years with him. It was a very special time.
Yes.
I don't think you could do it anymore. Not now anymore.
Well, I tell you, sometimes they'd come there and the classes would be so big.
Yeah.
I mean, you would run from the back of the class to the front of the class. It was the first day there. We were there for a week or what have you, and Vinny and I were both there, and you know, we got there, we stood in the back, and Master Zhang said, "Vinny, Jeff, come up here," you know, and we're up there. It was just the funniest thing, not to diss Vinny at all, because we would normally stop and get a real strong cup of coffee on the way to class, and we're working. I think we were doing silk reeling, and then in the middle of it, Master Zhang said, "Vinny's sweating," you know. Vinny's sweating, and it was just a pretty spot, you know. And I knew we were all cranked up with this really strong coffee we got, and that was really nice stuff. And
match.
Oh, funny. Vinny's sweating, and then he stood there and said, "Relax, bring it down, relax." And you know, I always tell my students, you know, the answer is almost always relax.
Relax.
Yep.
And you know how many times he would come around to people after doing qigong, and he would look at everyone's hands, you know, and he'd go around, he would go, "Oh, like you know, that's good," but then every once in a while he'd say, "Relax, relax," and you knew what that meant, right? So.
Yeah, he used to tease me about sweating too, and I'd say, "I am relaxed. I'm just fat. All right? I'm a fat white guy, so when I do push hands, I sweat a little bit."
Really making your legs stronger, right, Malcolm?
Yeah, my legs are the strong part, right?
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I'd been around, you know, a few groups in martial arts, and I tell you, I was there pushing hands, and we were working out. It was back when Mark Chen was in the group and all that, and Cheryl and I were pushing hands, and I was like, "Whoa, wow, this girl's got it." You know, like I'd never felt power like that from a girl, Cheryl, and of course, I hope you know I always had the deepest respect for you.
It's mutual, Jeff.
Oh, thank you.
You guys always brought sunshine into the class, you know? I mean, we were all kind of a happy tribe, but then you guys would come in and just kind of embrace everybody, and it was very, very, very kind, open-hearted.
You're right. You were all very happy. The class was always happy. It was always nice. There was, you know, in terms of anything that we could see or came across, there was the politics and or the yuckity yuck stuff. You know, it was always straightforward, respectful, and everyone's so nice. So this honestly means a tremendous amount to me. You know, you went to those classes. They were probably the biggest classes I'd ever been in. And around here, back in the day, we'd have some pretty big classes, but those kind of classes were really something else. And then to see the flowers that blossom from that, to see the cream rise to the top, you know, it certainly makes sense. The vision here of the people I see on this Zoom screen here, it's like, wow, fruition of great martial arts, you know. So it's felt in my heart. I mean, usually when I talk about Tai Chi, you know, it's that first line of the Tao Te Ching says, you know, that way that you can speak of, that's not it. And what that means to me is you got to feel it. And I can't feel it for you. You know, that's what I tell my students. I hope I can help you find it. But, ma'am, I'm feeling it right now. Guys, it takes a panel as strong and as deep as you all, and I'm feeling it, people. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You are welcome.
Super thanks.
Great addition, Jeff.
My brothers and sisters, you don't know how great it makes me feel. And I can't wait to see you again. So I am going to have to come to. Well, the thing is, everybody's so dispersed. Would it be San Francisco? Where will we have this dinner?
We're all going to go to Kevin's house.
Go to my house.
Yes, we'll go to Kevin's house, and then we're gonna be there and at the group gathering, and then we're gonna have dinner there, right?
Well, don't worry. When you show up in San Francisco, there will be a whole bunch of people showing up for you. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
So I've got 10 acres up here, and I'm going to be having, I call it the Tai Chi Retirement Village.
Nice.
And so Malcolm's only about 2.5 hours north of me. So I think that's what we're planning.
Kevin and his wife Lee were next door neighbors to Annie's studio and our studio, and Kevin and I worked together for a long time doing Tai Chi. And then a year ago, Kevin, they moved up to Eugene, just outside of Eugene, Oregon, and he's got an absolutely beautiful new craftsman style house. I think 5-bedroom.
4-bedroom.
4-bedroom.
1, 2, 3.
And then there's a barn, and there's a 2-car garage with an apartment over it, and it's 10 acres, and it's beautiful. It's forested, and there's a big pasture and birds, and what I liked was the herd of turkeys that came through every morning.
Wow.
About 50 wild turkeys come through their front yard every morning.
Yeah, we have
it's truly beautiful. It's an amazing place. So we got to talk Kevin into hosting some kind of.
No, you've got me. You have to talk my wife.
I'll have to talk Lee into it. It won't be a problem. Just tell her there's 45 people coming, and we just need to eat 3 times a day.
Yeah, that'll work.
Shouldn't be a problem. We'll have to hire a cook. Well, brother, I've got to go. I have to go unpack some more boxes. This probably looks half organized on this side, but let me show you what the rest of the room looks like here. Okay. It's just endless unpacked boxes and junk, and the whole rest of the house is like that too. So,
Wow.
yeah. Kevin, didn't Lee tell us that she just unpacked the last box from your move?
Oh, yeah, we used the COVID quarantine to unpack everything, and we're finally unpacked.
Yeah.
It only took a year.
Took a year to unpack, right? But my wife's not going to wait for a year, so we got to get going. So, all right, Jeff, congratulations.
Malcolm, thank you so much. Thank you for joining.
Welcome to the club.
Yes.
Thank you, brother.
You're
See you
welcome.
guys later.
Take
See
care.
you.
Thank you.
I'll say goodbye too. It was nice meeting you, Jeff.
Nice meeting you, Kevin. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Yes, I'm your nephew, your Tai Chi nephew. I'm Malcolm's disciple.
Nice, nice. Very nice to meet you.
To meet you.
Mhm.
Is Mark still on? I haven't met him, and I don't believe I've met Donald either.
Well, Donald is my student, and we were students together back in the day with Dr. Wu. Just a good-hearted man.
Mhm.
And it's me, Mark. If any of you guys ever come to Colorado, you got to let me know. You got to let me know.
I mean, the whole Colorado or just Denver?
Well, no. Whole Colorado. Whole Colorado.
Yeah.
Well, I hope I didn't upstage you there, Mark.
Yep.
I tell you, I love Colorado. It's a beautiful place. I envy you.
Yeah, it's getting crowded. Getting crowded. I can tell you that. A lot of young folk coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crowded and more expensive.
Huh.
Yeah.
But seriously, if you guys ever come to Denver, let me know. I'll give you the Denver tour. I'd be happy to.
And we come here, we just push hands. That's it.
Okay. I'd love to, man. I love pushing hands with you, Michael. You're fun.
Awesome.
You're great to push hands with. I love it.
And for this session, I'm gonna put the recording and put it in the YouTube channel, and then yeah, you guys can go there to watch it. I will send it to a list to the group.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Yep. And our next session for the disciple, we're gonna continue the session 2 for our woman disciple to talk about practices. And any suggestion from you guys to say what we should have any other session, feel free to let me know, because Justin definitely want to keep this going, and I definitely want as well. So we'll see how we can keep the community going, and then any working session, any topic we want to talk about, and yeah, as a family.
Do you know roughly when that might happen, Michael?
And generally, I think we want to do it about one session every 2 weeks. So the woman session would be probably, I would think, either next Sunday or the Sunday after next Sunday. I will send an email, yeah.
Okay, good.
And the last one has great material. I put in YouTube already, yeah. I put in the chat window about my channel on YouTube. You can go there, there's a, and also our last session, Jeff will interview you. It's also there as well.
Oh.
I could imagine us doing some study groups also on specific material, going through a couple of movements of the Qigong or the Silk Railings, just to, it'll be like the story about what 4 Indian guys describing the elephant, because we each have a different group of instructions and understanding and body types and everything. It might be interesting to focus in on the individual movements.
Yes, I think it's good. Kat also, he wants to, for the woman session, she wants to do some walking session as well, some Qigong walking session instead of just talk. And I'm teaching Tai Chi Bang and teaching some like a saber, and also I teach some other Qigong as well. So yeah, we can definitely, and if we can set up a topic, I would like to pre-organize that and send out the topic. And so if you're interested, come to join and to share. Yeah. As you say, everyone understands elephant from different perspective, right? It's important for us to consolidate our view so we can learn from each other.
So you're saying you're teaching the Tai Chi Bong online?
Yeah.
Is that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if we like to go through that, yeah, we can go through that as well. At the same time, I think we all learn from Master Zhang, so just different perspectives. It's for us to be able to share each other, to understand how we can help each other.
Yeah, and strengthen our practice. I mean, and pass on the most skillful practice that we can.
Yeah. And one thing which I would like to share with our group right now is this, right? Jeff, you mentioned about Master Zhang says, every move has yin and yang, right?
Yes. Yes.
So if you know that, that's the only way for you to remove all the aggression out of your move. Is why? When you're yin, you're humble, you listen. Then you express yang accordingly. If you don't understand the yin, you just express what you want to do. You are just very mechanical, very aggressive, right? And that yin and yang, that's how you make your move organic. That's like my take for when I do the form. That's why I completely agree with you. Every move, there's yin and yang.
Yeah.
If you think that one move, sorry, go ahead, Chera.
No, I was just going to add in Master Feng saying, even in a punch, ultimate peace at the core, that's the constant.
Exactly. So you do not explode without any yin. That punch is useless. Every punch that you say is come with yin. You gotta listen in order to punch accordingly, right? So that's why this whole part of Qigong, when you express your yang, you are in the harmony of what you receive. If you don't have yin, you probably not necessarily in harmony. You could be destructive, right? So that's the part of the process. That's also if you express in your form. That's for me. That's how I help me to get rid of all the aggression on the form, right? And how to understand it's not about yang, it's about yin. Once you have yin, yang will come with it, right?
The yang part's easier to come by, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Yep.
I'll let you guys go. Thank you very much for allowing me here.
Thank you, Kevin.
See you later.
Yep.
Thanks, Kevin. Take care.
Bye now.
Goodbye, Kevin.
Yeah, so that would be like my take of that parasitic. Every move has yin and yang, right? For us to practice our form. And you think about because I was teaching people, I would say, look, the only way you can not rush your move is you are not thinking about application. If you think about application, your mind was so focused on the application, you forgot the fluidity, the listening part of it, right? You got to work on the yin part in order to express properly the yang.
Yeah, you don't think about that in the second form much, right? But that's
exactly
things that Master Zhang, like for instance, once you strike and it's relax, and in the second form, that's just not something I would normally think about if it wouldn't have been driven home,
Yeah. And also it's hard I think that's why I share for this group. It's hard if you are just start to learn the form to understand how important this principle is. But if you do it for many, many years, now you understand the ingredient of this whole thing is yin, right? When you talk let's say, or the punch in Tai Chi, or the punch, it's not about the punch. It's about the chest open and close, right? And if you set your foot right, you punch very powerful. If your foot not set right, no matter how far you punch, you just give yourself up.
Yeah. You get in trouble.
Yep.
Well, we touched on something when we had talked before, and when we talked about, at first, Master Zhang said, and this is all he mentioned for years, was that, the body leads the hands.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got in that conversation, Michael, and you know, then he came back and he says later the hands lead the body. And then, you know, we speculated what he meant by that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you or if Kai talk with Master Zhang, would it be possible to get his clarity on that? Because I think it's probably a very, very powerful lesson. And it's a lesson that he could elucidate on and make clear for us as he's made everything else clear, you know. And because I remember when that was said, it was in one of the workshops, and Bruce Ching was right next to me, and he looked at me. He said, "What's that mean? What does that mean? What's he mean by that?" And I said, "I don't know." You know, at the time, I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to digest the body leading the hands, you know, and he comes with this high stuff, you know, and when it's over your head back at that time, you know, I would like to have his take on that lesson. I really would. And, you know, because we speculate about it, and I think I know what it is, but, you know, if you could ask him, I just think that would be a treasure.
Yes, I think Kai is a walking encyclopedia of the whole Zhang's knowledge, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I would never have such conversation with him, but I would think probably next time we have time, I would definitely ask that question. Yeah. And for me, I would think like this. I would always use jellyfish as an expression. If you think about jellyfish, when jellyfish will attack, what he gonna do? He's gonna move his body over first and open, and then absorb you, right? That's how jellyfish. But however, jellyfish has another important task. He's gonna detect the environment to see where he's gonna go. When he detects where to go, his sensor movement is farther away from his body. But then his body will go there for after that, right? So that would be my take of the scenario would be body lead hands or hand lead body. If you want to China people, you definitely body has to go first. When body position is there right, China is open for you, right? It's all about the hip control. But if you try to read in, you really have to go free. That hand could go slightly forward ahead of your body, but not by too much though, right? Because you do not want to overcome it. But that would be like, but I never had a conversation with that. I would like to ask him as well. Yeah, I agree with you. And Kai, how do you think?
Well, so it's different people, different opinions. One time he told me, he said, look, people shooting the basketball. Okay, what do? You compress, okay, like 5-ball unity. And then you're shooting from your waist. And at the end, your hand doing the thing, okay? So he mentioned to me many times, he said, no matter what you do, you cannot just initially the hand leading the body. You have to come with the body leading and then the hand follow, okay? Or especially when you jump and spinning, making a turn. So you have to use the hand to spin, but the power is coming from the body. He always say the Qigong is training you how to do the chest stomach folding, how to accomplish the opposition, yin and yang. Opposition is where you get the power. Okay, just like the engineering mechanic, the maximum work is going to be done is going to be the most friction. So the circulating, all these things is almost like your friction. Yeah. So sometimes in the beginning, I try to ask him, you know what his answer was? He said, you're stupid. But he remember until that he found out that your body is ready now. He said, now 2 years ago, you asked me this question. Now I answer this to you. Okay. He called me many times stupid.
Guys, you're not alone, okay? He used to call me stupid too. He used you're stupid. You forget. I teach you 5 a time. You forget. You're stupid. You're stupid. So I'm so happy I'm not alone.
Yeah.
You're definitely not alone.
Many
Yeah.
times, okay?
Yeah, but generally, I think definitely, I would think a majority of the, if you say Peng Lü Ji An, right? Peng, the Lü and the Ji, your body definitely go first. If your body don't go, you cannot go there. And he talked about his like elbow knee alignment, right? So let's say if you have to step in, nobody you forward or backward. If you don't step properly, there's no way you can approach him. You cannot keep that pressure, and then you're gonna out of alignment of your elbow and knee. The moment out of alignment, your posture not natural. People can just get you, right? So that stepping, the whole point is really about to move your body into the position, which position yourself to be in a winning position. Yeah. But I would think like if you do the form, there's places you probably try to express the listening part, which is detection, right? Fingertip detect, and you can go move ahead of your body. Maybe conceptually wouldn't be wrong, but that is definitely not a controlling position. But that's more like a student. Where here you can change, right? Definitely we should ask Master Zhang for that. Yeah.
I have to drop early, but it was great seeing all your faces, and Jeff, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And Judy, you should join our next women session as well, if you would like.
I'll try to make that. Yeah, this was really nice. It's kind of like hearing all of you guys talk about Tai Chi. It's like reminding me of things that I forgot about. So I think this is good that, you know, that we get together and remind each other so we don't forget the teachings.
It's good to see you, Judy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you too.
Yep.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, ciao, bye.
Bye-bye. Well, thank you all. I tell you, you've all made it so special, and it's so good to see you. You know, in seeing you, it's like being Tai Chi friends, brothers and sisters now. When I see you, when I think of you, I feel you. It's like when I think of Cheryl, I feel her leg against my leg, and usually I can just move in on somebody, you know, just go whoop and collapse that leg, and Cheryl's like, not today, you know. So that's what I feel, Cheryl. When I see you, I feel that. When I think about you, I feel that, and you know, I think we have a certain special characteristic that way of knowing each other, and thanks to Master Zhang, we've had deep meaning put to it, and for all of you to join, I can't thank you enough, and I can't tell you how proud I am to be your brother.
Welcome, Jeff.
And to see you again. So yes, it's nice to hear where everyone is, and I hope to get to see you all when out there again, and when this pandemic is behind us.
Yep. Looking forward. Okay.
So thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and especially Kai and Michael and Justin for impetus behind this.
Yeah.
I shed a tear, man. I tell you, I did. That day after when I saw your names on there, and it was just something that you did and I didn't expect. And it just goes to show we all make each other greater. So I can't thank you enough. Thanks again. My honor goes out to you.
Take care. See you
Take
next
care.
time.
Okay, take care. I look
See you.
forward to
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks. Ty.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go
Bye.
take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.